told that the grass had been, killed off and reseeded, and that the clubhouse was getting more work. And now we're at the point, you know, some of the old golfers are saying that Grizel told a lie, and Grizel does not tell a lie. So I need to see if we can get some kind of status update on reopening the golf course at Grove Park.
Yeah, Director Harris, Parks and Rec. Obviously, you did not tell a lie. We actually on last year, it was kind of a two-problem issues that we were dealing with. One of them was actually staffing and being able to find someone to actually staff the facility. We're still kind of dealing with that a little bit. We were able to hire someone to actually come in, and that is the goal, to actually do it. We did the remodeling. We actually redid the inside of it. Unfortunately, about a month ago, someone stole the power again. They stole the power to the facility. So I actually have someone who, and it just took me weeks and weeks to get an engineer, contractor to go in there and do the work. So we actually have someone that's starting first thing in the morning that's actually going to be putting the power back to the facility. Once we get the power back to the facility, we have a staff person that will be able to open the 5-day week that we had planned initially doing. But we still have a need for groundskeepers. We still have a need for clubhouse attendant, which is some of the things that we've been kind of struggling the whole time. And so once we get that, but we would have enough to be able to open it up, and then we'll just kind of use joint resources at both courses to make that happen. And so that's actually what's going on right now.
Do you have a tentative date?
I want to give you one, but I really want to know. I know he told me that he hoped to get the power back restored within the next 2 or 3 days at that point, and then I know then there's some landscaping pieces that we'd have to get done, and some more windows. Like we had some windows that were broken out. We have to get that stuff fixed. So once we get all those pieces back into place, I think we'll. So I don't want to say next week, but ideally we would love to have it in the next couple of weeks, to be honest with you. But unless some unforeseeable thing, that's the goal on that one.
And what's being done to secure the building?
We, unfortunately, we had cameras on the building when they did, but they put the power further down the street as opposed to right there at the building. It was someone who obviously knew what they were doing, and so that's something that we got to work with energy to kind of figure out how we can do it. It was just a creative person who actually kind of came up with it. And so we do have cameras on the building. They did steal some motion detectors. They knocked them down, so we have to get those put back up here and those type of things.
Okay, and while you're here, the baseball park, the lighting, I know this weekend there will be a memorial marker, a historical marker placed over at Grove Park. Is there a plan to replace or fix the lights on the baseball field because they can't have it at night games?
Yeah, so we've done the swimming pool. We've actually replaced put the power source back there. We've connected the power source back to the concession stand, and the next plan is to actually branch out into to the lighting, to those facilities. A lot of that is going to come back to, again, our initial thing. We're applying security cameras, being able to have needs to be able to connect Wi-Fi so we can connect it to a real-time crime center. So a lot of that is the piece. So we're trying to get a lot of that in place. So once we do put that up there, then hopefully we won't have someone coming back and trying to do something. Obviously, before copper was one of the things that people were stealing. Even now, we're replacing stuff with aluminum, but that's a precious commodity as well. And so that is another. So even because I was thinking, you put that in there, they gonna bother it. That's not true as well. So that is another problem that we have to. But that is the process of actually doing it. So we were trying to get the pool back open, trying to get the concession stands open, and we did. They had a really successful baseball program. They had over 100 kids there, unfortunately. The good part about summer and spring ball, it doesn't get dark until 8:15. However, you still have some opportunities to play a little later, and that prevented that. But next year, we hopefully will have everything in place, and that won't be an issue.
All right, thank you.
Question? Mr. Stokes.
Thank you so much. Are we keeping the grass cut now
Over.
at Grove Park?
Yes, sir. We've cut it down periodically, and we've actually treated it as well. So we've actually sprayed it, and so we kind of sprayed. So a lot of times when you see on golf courses, those are weeds. That's necessarily not. We call it grass. that's the weed that kind of infiltrates through there. So we actually kind of keep it. So once we cut it down, we'll get it down to a certain height, and then we'll just kind of keep stunting it once we get it completely down. But we knew that that's something that's a weekly thing that's done weekly, and we knew that until we get the staff over there, until we get the actual plan, that it was going to be kind of difficult. But we are going to cut it. Yes, sir.
Can we cut the right of way?
That part of it, yeah. That part of it, yes, sir. We're taking care of it.
Thank you.
All right, very good. I appreciate that, Mr. Harris. The next item, 38, train conductor